Alright YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I want to talk to you guys today about a watch that I've covered before, but that I haven't exactly done a full review on. So today I'm going to do that. And it's going to be the Grand Seiko SBGX261. So I recently published a video on this watch of a much more artistic nature. And in the video, I didn't exactly talk about the watch's specifications or anything, or what I actually think of it as a timepiece. I more dedicated the video to what I feel regarding the watch and why I like it so much, and what it really means to me on, I would say, a more spiritual level. So if you're interested in that video, please go check it out because I put a lot of work into it. So again, this is the Grand Seiko SBGX261. This watch for me is a very recent acquisition. I only got this about a month and a half ago, and since then it has definitely become a huge staple in my collection, and I find it hard to put this watch down. So let's talk about the watch's specifications and dive a little deeper into what exactly we have here. This watch is powered by the quartz caliber 9F62. Now, for some people, you might shudder at the idea of it being quartz, but for me, I don't really find that necessarily that intimidating. And frankly, when you understand the amount of work that Grand Seiko puts into its quartz calibers, I think you can appreciate a little bit of that as well. So as far as the caliber 9F62 is concerned, it's not really just like any regular quartz caliber that you take to a watchmaker, they change out the battery on, and then you go about your business. This quartz caliber was meant to last. The way that Grand Seiko built this was in a way that it could be serviced and maintained over a lifetime. Grand Seiko makes all of their quartz calibers in-house, and they put a lot of work into ensuring that their calibers are shock resistant, accurate, and very dependable in general. And as an example of that, the 9F62 caliber is accurate to within 10 seconds a year. Normal quartz calibers are accurate to about 10 to 20 seconds a month. And that's a major reason why quartz calibers in the 70s and 80s really started to overshadow automatics and mechanical watches and put a lot of mechanical watchmaking companies out of business. However, back to quartz real quick. This is, in my opinion, one of the best executions of the quartz caliber that you can get at for a semi-approachable price. If you want high quality quartz, this is what you need to be looking at. Again, 10 seconds a year is absolutely stellar. It's better than any quartz watch, and it's way better than any automatic watch. For example, a Rolex Datejust, which is powered by Rolex's 3235 caliber, is accurate to plus or minus 2 seconds a day. And while that alone is extremely impressive, that is far less accurate than what you would get with this watch. And in the month and a half that I've owned this SBGX261, it's been dead on. I haven't had to adjust it at all, and I don't expect that I'll have to adjust it at all for pretty much the rest of the year and into 2025. I just really like how dependable and reliable this movement is in terms of its accuracy and its shock resistance. Regarding its shock resistance, I've also taken this watch to the range several times at this point, and I can say without a doubt that this watch can take a beating. Now, I don't recommend putting this watch through its paces the way that you might want to do with, like, let's say a Tudor or a G-Shock. However, this watch can certainly stand up to a lot of punishment, and that's a really nice thing to know. Because for me personally, whenever I am looking at a watch to buy and I'm considering what watch I actually want, for me, one of the main things on my mind is how durable is this watch and how often can I wear it in my daily life. If I'm looking at a very delicate dress piece that has only 30 meters of water resistance, is not shock proof, and is made out of a metal that is easily scratchable or has a movement inside it that is not tested for durability, then that is going to make me less inclined to buy that watch, even if it's something good, like let's say a Cartier tank or something along those lines. This, in my mind, is also a dress watch, and it fits that role very, very well. In terms of its case size, it is 37.5 millimeters in diameter, and the lug to lug is about 44 millimeters or so. It fits very unobtrusively on the wrist, and the case size is such that it is very minimalistic, and it will not look out of place if I'm wearing this under a dress cuff. It will slide under a dress cuff very easily, and it's not overly ostentatious or calling too much attention to itself. Regarding a little bit more of the specs on this watch, it's water resistant to 100 meters as well, meaning that I can take it into the ocean, I can take it into the pool, not that I ever would, and it will survive. It will be perfectly fine. I don't have to worry about water damage or anything like that, as long as I keep the crown pushed in. The one criticism I do have of this timepiece is that the bracelet is painfully average, I will say. Grand Seiko isn't known for having the best bracelets, and this is no exception. So with this bracelet, there is no micro adjustment. So when I undo the clasp, you can see that there is absolutely no way to make the width of the bracelet larger or smaller depending on the weather and depending on the size of my wrist. So every time my wrist either grows or shrinks in size, I'm going to have to take this watch in to get it adjusted. That is in contrast to something like this Rolex Datejust, which does have a micro adjustment system on it. And I can pop out this little half link right here and add a couple millimeters of length to the bracelet in case I need it. So you definitely get what you pay for in terms of the bracelet. This Grand Seiko costs a fraction of what my Datejust does, and that, as far as the bracelet is concerned, you just get a much better system with this than you do with this. But as far as the overall watch is concerned, this watch is accurate, it's versatile, it looks good in shorts and flip-flops or a business suit or camis. Like, you can wear this wherever, whenever, and it's going to fit in no matter what. This is pretty much as plain of a watch as you can get in terms of design, and it's just very simple and beautiful. Lastly, I will say that this is the third iteration of this type of watch that I've owned so far, and the first one being the Seiko SRPE57, the Dress KX, which is same company but much lower in quality and a tenth of the price. The Seiko SRPE57 can be acquired for about $295 if I remember correctly off the top of my head, and that watch is pretty much the same design with a plain stainless steel bezel, a black dial, and standard hour markers. What you don't get with that watch is the Zaratsu polishing of this Grand Seiko and a high accuracy caliber. And the SRPE57, you just get like a standard, you get a standard Seiko caliber. I believe it's the NH35 or the NH36. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but that caliber is far less accurate than what you get in here. The other watch that I own, as I've already showed you, is my Rolex Datejust, another like plain steel bezel black dialed watch, and this is far more expensive than my Grand Seiko. This is $2,200 at MSRP, and this is over $8,000. It's quite expensive, but really the Grand Seiko SBGX261 competes, and it can hold its own, and it's definitely one of those watches, in my opinion, that you buy just this watch, you own it for the rest of your life, and you're happy. You could have this watch only, and I don't think you would ever feel the need to get anything else. Everything else after this would be just extra, in my opinion, and that's a good thing. So that's going to be it for this video. I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you own this watch, definitely let me know what your ownership experience has been like. And if you own any other Grand Seikos, I want to know what you guys have and what you guys think of them. With that being said, I'll let you guys go now. Take care and stay safe.